All right, with the magic of time travel, we are back. A quick trip to the hydraulic press. Pressed in this top bearing while the base was situated a bit better. I made a plug to, so the downward pressure is working against the race and this bottom of the spindle at the same time. That was the trick. So we're ready for assembly on this fellow. We got the 2mm spacer. I believe it's this ring first. This guy goes up. So yeah, this guy goes down. Oh, there we go. There we go. That feels good. Snug. That doesn't need to be. Star washer goes next. Star washer. All right. And this guy with the cone facing down. Top lock nut. I think that's all we need to do for that end. And the big guy goes on top of that. Right. Top of the spindle bearing. Plastic cap. Oh, there it goes. And because this is plastic, this is merely snugged in place. I think that's it. Okay. Yay! All right. With this, and let's be a little bit more reasonable about it. With this last pressing, my concern was that this was shifting just slightly forward and back. And of course, if you've got a tool in there, you need to maintain depth accurately. So a quick pressing and this thing fits just so much better. I'm super happy about that. That's excellent. All right, next step is to figure out what's causing the binding. All right, with the quill all together, it is going back into the mill. Mill to the quill, to the quill, to the mill. All right, here we go. Gonna line up the body. There it goes. Line up this cap at the top. All right, now put in the lock. Yeah, I should have put my glasses over this. There, we gotta get the line nicely. Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, I'm going to tighten it down just to hold it in place. This guy goes on. Lock nut goes on. I'm going to readjust that in a smidge. Before I go further, I'm going to put the quill lock in place. So in the previous project, I had remade these quill locks. They were originally with die-cast metal. These guys are now brass, so they have a little bit more friction against the quill. Let's see, this guy goes in first. Oh, I'm going to a little bit of white grease on there. Of course you have to do this with your fingers. It's like, I think it's tradition or something. All right, number one lined up, and holy crap, I made a mess. Oh well. See, I painted the front of this mill on an off evening, and now I just put white grease over it. Oh well. It will be fine. All right. I think I'm done with most of the grungy. Alright, so, okay. Let's see if it's fine. And it stops. This thing can go down far enough to disengage from this spindle cap at top. Okay. We'll take care of that when we put the cap on, I believe. So this guy, originally I had a lot of troubles getting this cap off, and number one, it was a left-hand thread. Number two, I don't believe I even needed to do it at this point. I only needed to take off this cap nut if I was taking off the top, pulleys to get at the bearings. And I had looked at that and I decided they're fine. So I went out and left them as is. Second one here. I'm just going to give those snug at the moment. Big guy goes in here. Cap plate on top of that. All right. This guy goes on this way, doesn't it? Screw number two. This guy gets locked down. I don't think I need to put any thread locker on it because this is not really under any outward stress. It only is up and down. Except it doesn't really go down. I think I have this guy too tight. I'm going to back this fellow off a bit. There we go. Yay. That's all that needs to be. Okay. Good progress so far. This is the most complete it has been in in a month and a half, almost 2 months. I'm not quite sure when I started this project. All right, woodruff key is facing this way. I should probably put that end in before I tackle this end, because I might need the leverage to help us screen this on. So I got to figure out what this guy is called, the quill return, something like that. All right, a little bit of white grease on the slidey bits. And here's what I need. All right, that's in place. This guy goes, locks in there. I'm not quite sure how far this goes on. I'm just gonna clear it up just a little bit. That's definitely on there. Doesn't seem like it's going any further. All right. We'll lock it so the woodruff key is facing me. Maybe a touch of white grease just to keep it in place. Boop. Quite want to go in. There it goes. Big block at the end. Let's see. And that's that. And from here, it's not spring returned. There we go. I think that looks good. All right. Well, we are back on the mill project. We are finalizing the last details of the spindle bearing upgrade, and something's a bit different about this. I'm not quite sure. We'll look into that a little bit. The last part is to get the return spring back on the spindle so it doesn't just slam into the bed. So that is the next steps. So let's do that. Spindle return spring. Spindle return spring. My very favorite spindle return spring. Back rocking. It should go counterclockwise, so that would be this way. Maybe that's clockwise. We're going to put some really good spring tension on this. Let's see how it goes. I'm just going to keep twisting and I'll find the spot where the ears, just like that. Okay. The cassette is flat against the chassis. I'm going to tighten this guy down. Just finger tight for the moment. We're going to give it a shot, see what it feels like. All right, that's not moving. Spindle lock release. Ooh, that's better. I think that's it. I think we're in a good spot with this. Okay. All right, I reposition and ready for the spindle, the depth stop. So the good thing is I remember the little O-ring. So when the spindle comes up, it hits the O-ring against the chassis, not the spindle head. Let's get this rolling. This is a pretty tight fit, but it's gotta be, should not move. I'm centering it so it's in the hole centered there. I think we're good. All right, crank her up. So I've got some standoffs mounted in the front, and I don't 100% remember how this goes together, but we'll figure that out. So this sits on here like this, and the readout sits in there, just about like that. And I'm figuring out what nuts and bolts that have to be here. I think before this plate goes on, I have to get the arm, and this is what holds the digital readout out where I can see it. So I think I'll put that on next. I think that's on there. All right, let's move some of the stuff. All right, today is an excellent day because we have the mill 100% back together, ready to run. I did a couple of small things off camera. I replaced some belts up top, and I firmed up the Z-travel indicator, so it's going to be far more accurate for us. I want to do a couple of test things before we start making chips, but I think we're ready to go. All right, here we go. Hey there, DrafterDan here. I wanted to stop and thank you for sticking around throughout this whole segment. I have been working on this project for quite some time. I'm recording this ending segment in August 1st, 2025. The first videos I shot on this series were August of 2022. It's been quite a lot has happened in the intervening time. We purchased a new house. I decided to build a workshop. A dedicated workshop that I could explore in my random endeavors in. That took most of 2023 and a good chunk of 2024, in honesty. But I've been back shooting videos, and you'll see some videos of that new shop in the coming days, weeks, months. So I hope you stick around for that. So thank you very much. To quote Ozzy, thank you. I love you all. Good night.